Good morning and welcome to 2019 National Bronze Medal Challenge Trophy Medal here live from the King George V Field here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Not so great weather-wise. We've been very fortunate all week long weather-wise, but obviously, living on the East Coast, we get used to RDF, as it is called, rain, drizzle, and fog. And that's exactly what we've been experiencing here this morning. Great for the starters on both teams. Okay, I'll just remain quiet as both teams move to center field. Here in the bronze medal contest, we have Alberta being represented by Edmonton Scottish, and we have Nova Scotia, Dartmouth United. At 12 o'clock today as well, we will have the championship game gold medal contest between British Columbia and Ontario. The National Anthem has been played. Both teams shaking hands with each other. First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone in this beautiful country of ours a happy Thanksgiving Day. We are so fortunate to live in a country where freedom is first, and we can travel from east to west on into the territories, and wherever we go, nationally, internationally, we be highly regarded as Canadians. Number of games on tap here today, this morning. In the seeding and medal, playing for 9th and 10th, we have Manitoba and Northwest Territories. 7 and 8, we have Newfoundland, Labrador versus Saskatchewan. 5th and 6th, we have New Brunswick playing Quebec. 3rd and 4th, again in the bronze medal game, is Alberta and Nova Scotia, who are currently on the field. And at 12 o'clock, noon here in Newfoundland, it will be again British Columbia and Ontario. I'd like to welcome viewers, especially from the two teams who are on the field, from Nova Scotia and from early birds in Alberta, who may be taking in the game some 3.5 hours earlier. So, welcome to this bronze medal contest. Starters for Nova Scotia: Jensen Brown, Cameron Zinn, Kava Warnell, Zach Budd, Cullum Thompson, Mizzut Mert, Oscar Marshall, Matt Lartell, Summit Macklin, and we have Andrew Series. Starters for Alberta: Michael McCormick, Gary Gill, Josh Samuel, Sam Lamb, Z Moya, Halick, or Amr Halick, Bubs Gazik, Dexter McLaughlin, James Kerr, Stuart Jameson, and Mackenzie Roach. Here in the green, wearing the green and blue jerseys, we have Nova Scotia, and with the blue, white, and red, we have the Alberta Scottish. Game is just underway as we have Matt Lartell passing the ball along to Zomit Mallick. Rather cold. You can see a number of the players with their sleeves, their arms and hands just into their sleeves. Number 6 for Nova Scotia, Mizzut Mert, captain of the squad. Nova Scotia, early possession of the ball. Ball is pushed to the right side for Nova Scotia, attempting to go to Oscar Marshall. And it's intercepted by Bubs Gazik. It goes out of touch with a throw-in coming for Nova Scotia. The ball is thrown into play by Cameras in. Again is Mizzut Merritt using their defense rather well. Derek Cadet. Again back to number 6, Mizzut Mert. Zomit Mallick in midfield for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia pushing the ball around rather nicely. The early goings, Alberta just lining up to center field. Again, as we have Mert in controlling the play, captain for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia's number 11, Sumit Mallick. Again, just tapping the ball around, getting a feel on the ball. Matt Lartell. Again, outside to Mizzut Mert. And back to goalkeeper Jensen Brown. Brown wearing the gray jersey, black shorts, and blue socks. Both teams have identical records in the round robin. 2 wins, 1 loss, and a tie each. Both having a total of 7 points coming into the bronze medal game. Ball is outside, 2 Camerons in. And we have a flag on the play as it appeared to be Matt Lartell in an offside position, or was there a call on the play for a foul? Ball is put back into action by goalkeeper for Alberta. Goalkeeper for Alberta today, Mackenzie Roach. Ball's been taken by number 5 for Alberta, Gary Gill. Again, working with their defensive partners here, number 19, James Kerr. On to midfield to Tango Silva. Again, we have Alberta formulating in midfield. where Josh Samuel just pushed the ball out to Tango Silva. And it looked to be an offside call on Sam Lamb. Again, you're tuning in to Toyota National. Bronze medal contest here. National bronze medal contest live from the King George V Field in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Weather temperature around 7 degrees, and it feels like 2. When I read that on the forecast and got to the field, I feel 2 degrees was giving a little, especially with the dampness and showers at times. Ball taken back by Brown in goal for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia 23, Andrew Series. And it's pushed long right to the goalkeeper for Alberta again, Michael McCormick. I'm sorry. It's Mackenzie Roach. Ball's been taken by Nova Scotia, using their goalie rather well here. Mackenzie Roach. It's Alberta's goalie. And Jensen Brown in goal for Nova Scotia. Ball's been taken by Alberta. Gary Gill. Both teams very conservative here in the early goings. 5 minutes. Just getting a touch on the ball. No speed to the contest at this point. Just a feel and trying to orchestrate and look for that offensive opportunity. Here's number 6 for Alberta, Josh Samuel. Samuel running long to the right corner for Alberta, and again is blocked by Nova Scotia. Again, we have Alberta, number 7 for Alberta, Sam Lamb, but it's the defense of Nova Scotia again coming through. Andrew Series putting the ball to his partner, Masut Mert. Outside right here too. Cameron's in. Again, it's pushed into Oscar Marshall. A lot of touch on the ball here as we have Sumit Mallick. Nova Scotia pushing the ball, and it's taken up by, grabbed by number 4 for Alberta, Michael McCormick. Ball attempting to go long, and it's stopped, and it's pushed along to Cameron's in. Both teams using the midfield very well and going wide with their lateral passes. Again, you're tuning in to Toyota National Challenge Trophy Bronze Medal Contest, coming to you live from the King George V Field here in St. John's. We're representing Alberta. We had the Edmonton Scottish Soccer Club, and representing Nova Scotia, we had the Dartmouth United. Ball taken in center field by Alberta. Tango Silva. Silva passing the ball nicely, where is out to number 4, Bud. And again, it goes into Nova Scotia territory, where it's a defense of Nova Scotia putting the ball over the goal line, and we have a goal kick coming up for, or a corner kick coming up for Alberta. First corner of the contest. Moving in to take the corner, we have Sam Lamb, number 7 for Alberta. Sam putting the ball in deep, and it's a defensive move again by Nova Scotia, kicking the ball 40 yards out, where it's grabbed by, again, it's Gary Gill for Alberta. Gill again in possession of the ball. Passing along to Michael McCormick. McCormick goes outside to Josh Samuel. Where Alberta's trying to move in. They're working the 30 yards to 18 yards, and it goes to goalkeeper for Alberta, Jensen Brown. Again, you're tuning in to 2019 National Toyota Bronze Medal Contest, coming to you live from King George the Fifth Field in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Great for the players once they get warmed up. Sure, they have all had a good warm-up. Here we have number 6 for Alberta, been blocked by Bud. And Alberta starting to make a move here, as I see Lalich with a nice long ball as Nova Scotia attempts to run, but a great defensive play by Josh Samuel. Again, both teams very conservative. 10 minutes gone into contest, no score. Alberta working the right side back into center where it's Tango Silva again. Silva back to his midfield partner, James Carr. Carr along with the ball to Gary Gill. And again, it's Alberta looking to go inside where we have number 11, Bubs, but again, is defense of Nova Scotia. Again, we have Nova Scotia's number 2, Cameron's in. No signs of panic on the field whatsoever. Thompson, center back for Nova Scotia, much in control of his defensive unit, where we have Nova Scotia moving in on Alberta. Nova Scotia's number 11, Sumit Mallick. And again, it goes into goalkeeper for Alberta here. And today in goal for Alberta again, it's Mackenzie Roach. Ball is pushed to number 4, Michael McCormick, along to Bubs Gazik. Alberta again, Amer Halalich. Outside to number 4, here we have Michael McCormick. And the ball is put in deep where it goes right through the 18-yard box, but it's off the head of an Alberta or a Nova Scotia defender, and again Nova Scotia starts to attack. It's Oscar Marshall for Nova Scotia. Back to Marshall, as Marshall looks to go long to Derek Cadet. Derek Cadet in with a beautiful play, and it strikes the goal post. Derek Cadet coming ever so close here at the 12-minute mark and hitting the goal post on a great setup. As Cadet was put in on a clear-cut breakaway, went to lob it over the goalie, successful in lobbing it, but unfortunately for Nova Scotia, it hit the goal post. 14 for Alberta. Derek McLaughlin passing the ball with a give and go as Alberta attempts their own little breakaway, where goalkeeper for Nova Scotia, Jensen Brown, takes control inside of the 18, sort of slipped a little on, as we can expect the field conditions to be somewhat slippery because of the conditions of with the water, the rainfall that we had overnight. No holdup of rain or anything like that on the field. It's just the fact of the rain accumulation that we had overnight. Here again we have Cameron's in, and coming into play here again for Alberta is their goalkeeper, Mackenzie Roach, coming up with a save. Alberta again. It's Tango Silva trying to get movement from his players as we have a good run by number 4, but it's 19, James Carr, keeping control off the ball with his defensive unit, and now the ball is pushed outside to Michael McCormick, and it's been blocked by Nova Scotia's number 2, Cameron Zinn. And the ball's taken deep in by Alberta, and again, it's Nova Scotia defending rather well. We have Michael McCormick moving in. Ball's been pushed in, and a nice shot here by number 9, Amer Hellick. And it's a good save, good solid save in goal by the Nova Scotia Jensen Brown, coming at the 15-minute mark. See it. Okay, we're seeing the Dartmouth team is the United DFC. United DFC. Okay, Dartmouth United DFC. Okay, thank you kindly. Again, it's Nova Scotia keeper Jensen Brown putting the ball into action, where foul called against Nova Scotia adds its Tango Silva on the ground as a result of an aggressive play by Nova Scotia, and a free kick coming up for Alberta. Zam Lam working with Tango Silva, and the ball is put in deep into Nova Scotia territory, where it's Jensen Brown looking to go long. Ball's been taken by the defense for Alberta. Missit Merritt working along Colum Thompson, going long to, again we have Alberta moving inside the 6-yard box, where it's the defense for Nova Scotia. As we have Alberta's number 22, Tango Silva, pushing the ball to number 4, Michael McCormick, and again it's the fullbacks for Nova Scotia. Number 4 for Alberta working tenaciously, Michael McCormick, but standing very tall for Nova Scotia. Therefore, 4-man defensive unit. It was Nova Scotia coming so ever close at the 12-minute mark. Again, hitting the goalposts. Game is not a great speed. It's both teams playing technically sound. Good ball possession. Great skills been displayed with passing. And occasionally the ball goes long, where try to catch their opponents moving forward. Call on Nova Scotia again. And we have free kick coming up for Alberta. Alberta's goalie, Mackenzie Roach, letting his players know he wanted to take possession, and it's put to Gary Gill. Gary Gill with a 1-2 touch to his partner, and the ball goes long by Alberta, as we have Bubs Gazik moving in, and it goes out of touch with a throw-in coming for Alberta. Again, you're tuning in to National Toyota Challenge Trophy competition coming to you live from the King George V Field in St. John's. No score at the 20 as we approach the 20-minute mark. 22, very prominent for Alberta in the early going. Tango Silva. A lot of the teams had their center back, two center backs, center midfields, and outside to their strike. That's the strength generally of the teams at the Nationals, and along with your goalie. And the ball goes right through the 6-yard box. No one there for to get a touch on the ball as it was Alberta. Number 4 for Alberta, Michael McCormick, putting a nice ball right through the 18-yard box. The goal was wide open, but there was no one handy enough from Alberta to be able to get a strike on goal. Again, it's Nova Scotia formulating in their defensive zone. Tic-tac-toe, where it's now been passed to Zad Moyle. Again, it's taken by Nova Scotia's number 6 here, Josh Samuel. Wind, can hear the wind in my ears at times where it's gusting. Flags, you can see the flags, center flags, blowing rather right to the east. Nice shot here by Nova Scotia, but easily taken by goalkeeper for Nova Scotia, Mackenzie Roach. Ball's been taken by Alberta. Again, Michael McCormick along with his center back partner, where Nova Scotia attempting to go long, and it's interception by Nova Scotia here at the 30-yard line as we have number 7, Sam Lamb. Ball is put back to Michael McCormick. McCormick again using Tango Silva. Where it's back to Silva. Silva passing along to Sam Lamb. Sam Lamb to Gary Gill. Outside to Josh Samuel. And as Josh Samuel attempts for Alberta to bring it inside to the 18-yard line. It was a slide and tackle by Nova Scotia. Goes over the touchline with a corner kick coming up for Alberta. Alberta putting the ball in deep. Where is saved by Andrew Sears. And again, it's Alberta taking possession off the ball in center field. Where it's Gary Gill. Passing along to Josh Samuel. Again, 22, Silva. Attempting to go to Alberta, where it's defended by Nova Scotia. Here we have, again, it's Nova Scotia on the defense. Now they're trying to counter-attack with a good run coming up from Zad Moya. Outside to Sam. Ball's taken by Matt Larter. Where is inside to Sumit Mallick. And goalkeeper for Alberta. Sliding, taking the ball, taking any scoring opportunity away. Good goalkeeping by Mackenzie Roach, keeper for Alberta. Goalies anticipate play very high in their, what we reference, 18-yard box. Ball's been taken by Alberta again, Gary Gill. As we have James Kerr standing tall for Alberta, back line as well. We have Alberta again. It's Dexter McLaughlin. And a foul on the play against Alberta. We have a Nova Scotia player on the field. Again, you're tuning in to 2019 Toyota National Challenge Trophy Bronze Medal Contest, coming to you live from King George V Field here in St. John's. We're representing, we have Edmonton Scottish representing Alberta, and Dartmouth representing Nova Scotia. Ball's been taken by Nova Scotia, where a foul is on the play, and it's a Nova Scotia free kick. The wind at time gusting here at the broadcast booth here. Later today at 12 noon, we will have the gold medal contest. Again, it will be broadcast to you live here from the King George V Field, so don't go away. After the game, it'll be nearly an hour break. 12 noon here in Newfoundland will be the gold medal game between British Columbia and Ontario. Again, back to the game as Nova Scotia putting a nice ball to number Oscar Marshall, and it goes over the touchline with a throw in coming. Okay, for Alberta. Number of brave souls here, fans here this morning. Winter parkas on, hats on. Here we have Nova Scotia with an opportunity as 23 for Nova Scotia. And just here, and we have a goal on the play here. A goal on the play here as we have. Okay, it looks like to be okay, it looks like a player is down on the field for Nova Scotia. Not quite so sure. Players seem to be rather concerned. The ball did end up in the Alberta net. Okay, talking to players from Alberta, talking to the senior official, the referee here. But there definitely seems to be some concern here for this Nova Scotia player. Number 23 it is. I can see his jersey as he just moved on the field. Andrew Series. Okay, good. So we do have an opening goal here as we have Nova Scotia taking the lead here. Okay, Nova Scotia player obviously still in has great concern being shown by as members from his team lift him off the field. So hopefully it's nothing serious. Alberta now centering the ball as Nova Scotia. Has scored the opening goal of this contest. We have Alberta. I'll get an official, the official goal scorer as time goes on. As I was looking at the player that has got hit, the ball went on into the net. I'll get the official goal scorer hopefully at halftime. 1-0. for Nova Scotia. Goal still not showing on the score clock here. The ball was centered by Alberta, and the ball did end up in the net as a result of the collision here. Nova Scotia and Alberta player. Ball's been put back by Nova Scotia, where again it's the keeper, Jensen Brown. Okay, the goal is on the score clock, as you can see, and it's showing 1-0, and it's a Nova Scotia goal over Alberta. Both teams, as I mentioned earlier, wanting full possession as the ball attempts to go long, and it goes out of touch. Nova Scotia playing very strong defensively. Good movement on the field. Always 6 and 7 players back when Alberta are attacking. Ball's been taken by number 8, Zad Moya for Alberta, where Alberta are working the right side to center field. And again, it's James Kerr to 22, Tango Silva. Again, it's put long by 4, McCormick. Where we have, it's a good run here on the play by Nova Scotia's camera Zinn, rather than go for it, wanted to mean possession. He dropped the ball back to Summit Mallick. Mallick in control, dribbling the ball along to Mazut Mert. Back to Mert. As Nova Scotia attempts to go long, it was Gary Gill with a nice hitter. As we have Alberta trying to formulate in center field. And the ball is again taken by James Kerr for Nova Scotia to the outside left here, Michael McCormick. McCormick again. Back to Kerr. Kerr along to Gary Gill. Gill pushing the ball to the outside right, where number 7, Sam Lamb, tries to get movement, trying to generate offense here on Nova Scotia. The ball put in deep by Alberta, and it's off a Nova Scotia defender, and it goes over the goal line with a corner kick coming up for Alberta. Again, you're tuning in to the 2019 National Toyota Challenge Trophy Bronze Medal Contest between Nova Scotia and Alberta. Ball's been put in to Nova Scotia territory, where is Jensen Brown getting his hands on the ball for Nova Scotia, getting movement from his players, directing the players to get up the field. He puts the ball on the ground right inside of 18, looking to go long, and it's right to number 19 for Alberta, James Kerr. Kerr to teammate Dexter McLaughlin, outside to Josh Samuel. And it's Alberta on the outside right, pushing the ball back to Josh Samuel, and a nice defensive play by Nova Scotia here again. Alberta again putting the ball long. James Kerr to McCormick. McCormick putting the ball in, where again it's the defense of Nova Scotia standing very tall. Nice ball by Nova Scotia to outside here to Cameron Zinn. And Zinn has been upended here by number 11, Bubs Kazik. As we have Cameron Zinn on the ground, and he looks to be suffering. Nova Scotia already has lost one player as a result of an injury to Andrew Series. He's been went to the bench. And Okay. Referee is indicating a throw-in. Throw-in is taken by cameras in as we have Matt Larter. Matt pushing the ball right through the 18-yard box as we have number 12 for Nova Scotia here, Sumit Mallick, attempting to get some offense, but it goes right to the goalie for Alberta, which is today Mackenzie Roach. Ball's been put back into play in center field, taken by Alberta. Tango Silva again to McCormick. McCormick switching, going right to the right side. Where is Josh Samuel? Samuel again trying to make movement as the ball is. Number 9 is Halalich, committing a foul on the Nova Scotia player, and again, it's a free kick coming up for Nova Scotia. 1-0 here at the 35-minute mark, Nova Scotia. Opening the scoring here, midway here in the first half. Nova Scotia again wearing the green, blue, white, and dark color, navy blue, white, and red. That's Edmonton Scottish representing Alberta. Nova Scotia pushing the ball long where we have a good overlap by a Nova Scotia player as Nova Scotia attempt to create offense. It was just a turnover where Nova Scotia has taken the ball again. Dartmouth having good control on the play here, playing rather nicely here. As number 8 for Nova Scotia, Matt Lutter, tries to set up and create a breakaway sort of pass to number 12 for Nova Scotia here, Adam Miller. But it was Alberta standing tall and again winning the defensive battle. Again, it's Alberta, Silva. Okay, we have number 8 here for Alberta, Zad Moya. As Moyo tries to get some movement here, but it's Nova Scotia, very defensive, 10 men back here as Alberta tries to formulate. McCormick for Alberta, putting the ball in deep, and again it's off the head of a Nova Scotia defender. As the ball comes out to the 30-yard line, McCormick working the ball with Gazik. Gazik inside to number 11, and a nice save here coming from Gazik by goalkeeper Jensen Brown. Good save by Jensen Brown, goalkeeper for Dartmouth representing Nova Scotia. Ball's been taken by number 10 for Nova Scotia, Derek Cadet. And again, it's kicked away by the defense for Nova Scotia. A long kick and right to goalkeeper for Alberta. Again, it's Mackenzie Roach working with 19 for Alberta, James Kerr McCormick here. Ball's been switched to the right side where Alberta again trying to formulate. Josh Samuel putting ball in deep where it's again taken nicely by goalkeeper Jensen Brown, standing very tall here in this first half. Jensen Brown. Ball has been rolled to center back for Nova Scotia, Mert. Mert back to his keeper, Ware Brown. Mert and Brown give and go. Mert looking to go long again to Zinn. Zinn to number 7, where it's back to Zinn. But it's Marshall. The ball goes from Marshall to attempting to go to Zinn, and it goes right into goalkeeper for Alberta, Mackenzie Roach. Been very impressed with Nova Scotia. The first opportunity I had to see Nova Scotia in this tournament, where I did see Alberta play one of the Newfoundland teams, which was carried live here. Nice Nova Scotia team. Again, Alberta looking to go along to number 4, McCormick, but it just goes over the goal line with a goal kick coming up. Again, you're tuning in to National 2019 Toyota Challenge Trophy competition. Games are being brought to you live here at the King George V Field here in St. John's. Winner today will win National Challenge Trophy bronze medal. Ball's been pushed long to number 8 for later. And again it's, Nova Scotia coming so ever close. Where was Cullen Thompson? The goalie got his hands on the ball, but it kind of went away from him, where it came right back to ends. Just center right in the 18, and it was Thompson going way high on the Alberta goal. 40 minutes of action have gone by. 1-0, Nova Scotia in the lead. Goal coming midway in the first half. As we have, again, it's McCormick going long to Josh Samuel. Samuel in control at center field. Passing the ball off to Sam Lamb. Again, we have stepping in on the play, Tango Silva. Silva looking to go long. We're Alberta again moving to the 18. And it's blocked again by the defensive unit of Nova Scotia. And it goes over the goal line, but a goal kick coming up for Alberta. Corner kick as we have Alberta moving in. The ball's put right to the 6-yard box, where again it's Alberta, and we have the ball coming outside of the 18 as Alberta player number 11 here gets Gazik. Got a great strike on the ball, but it was way too high, and as a result, we have a goal kick coming up for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, the ball on the 6-yard box, attempting to go long. As again, it's Nova Scotia running, and it's a goalkeeper for Alberta. Mackenzie Roach taking control of any offensive threat that Nova Scotia were attempting to formulate. Number 2 for Nova Scotia here again. Zinn. Ball's been turned over, but again it's a foul on Nova Scotia. As Nova Scotia were in control, it was number 7 from Alberta, Sam Lamb, knocked to the ground. Whistle on the play and a free kick for Alberta. Number 14 for Alberta, we have McLaughlin, and the ball just goes into goalkeeper for Nova Scotia, Jensen Brown, who has made his presence known here in this first half. Made one outstanding save and been very prominent with his involvement in the first half. Nova Scotia again defending, as we have Nova Scotia's number 6 again. Mert has had a good half himself. As we have number 8 for Nova Scotia, Matt Larter, attempting to go long, but it's taken by 19 center defensive James Carr for Alberta. Carr again getting control of the ball from his keeper. Roach again as they switch. Alberta seems to be working their right side, attempting to work the right side that much more as they have Zad Moya rushing the ball, and again it's a corner kick for Alberta. Alberta with quite a number of corner kicks in this first half. Ball has been put in again where it's number 14 for Alberta, Dexter McLaughlin, trying to get his head on the ball, but it goes at a touch over the goal line, and we have a goal kick coming up for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, as we approach the 45-minute showing on the time clock, remains in the 1-0 lead. And we have referee's time as we have Alberta maintaining possession at center field, looking to go long. Again, it's Alberta trying to tie this game up before they go to the dressing room at halftime. Been a good first half, both teams having some quality chances. The one chance that that's of importance is the one goal that Nova Scotia got. Have been much impressed, as I mentioned, with Nova Scotia for first time I've seen them in the tournament. And we have 3 whistles on the play, and as a result, we have halftime. Again, a quick summary of the contest. It was a fairly even fought match here. Winner to claim bronze medal here at this National Challenge Trophy competition. It was Nova Scotia scoring midway through the first half. Both teams had quality chances. Both teams' goalies at time stood tall. Mackenzie Roach, goalkeeper for Alberta, Edmonton, Scottish, and goalkeeper Jensen Brown standing tall for Nova Scotia, been represented by Dartmouth. One goal came in the first half, and not quite so sure the finisher. Try to get something official on that at halftime. And as the game stands right now, 1-0, bronze medal contest, Nova Scotia in the lead over Alberta. We'll be back after first half intermission. Welcome back to King George V field here, where you are witnessing taking in National Toyota Challenge Trophy bronze medal contest between Edmonton, Scottish, representing Alberta, and Nova Scotia United DFC, representing Dartmouth. Score after 45 minutes of action is 1-0. Goal scorer for Nova Scotia was Andrew Series. He's also a player that got injured on the play where he scored the goal. 1-0 as we have Nova Scotia in the lead. Alberta centering the ball, pushing the ball along to Josh Samuel. Samuel outside to Moya. Moya to number 9 is Mallick. And again, it's Alberta attempting a shot on goal here early in the second half, but just goes way wide off the Nova Scotia goal, where we have Jensen Brown coming with a goal kick. Brown goes long to center, where it's again hit by Tango Silva and booted away by Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia looking to go long, as it was Adam Miller attempting to strike to Derek Cadet, but it a little too long, and it was taken by Alberta defense. Alberta again. Bubs Gazik putting the ball in center field as Alberta's number 9, Mallick, attempting to go forward, but again, it's moved back to maintain possession. As we have Moya inside to Alberta, as Alberta's number 14, Derek McLaughlin, never got a whole lot on the ball. Easy rolled into Jensen Brown in goal for Nova Scotia. Both teams, again, not a highly aggressive, fast pace. Both teams very technical, very similar in style, looking for opportunities created from passing from the defense to the midfield position, and they will only go forward after some sort of an offensive opportunity presented. Again, as you can see, Nova Scotia maintaining the ball back into their center back, Zach Budd. Budd again. Nice ball to Mallick. As it's to Zinn. Mallick. Again, as you can see, Nova Scotia maintaining possession. Budd here again, looking to go long to number 5 here. Thompson. Thompson with a nice defensive play by Moya for Alberta. Alberta again generating attack as they formulate in midfield, but again it's a turnover as we have Cadet attempting to go to his partner Matt Larter for Nova Scotia, but again it's taken away by Alberta. Nova Scotia taking the ball as Alberta looked to go long. Nice ball by Nova Scotia, but Nova Scotia being outmanned by Alberta as the ball goes out of touch with a throw-in coming. Again, you're tuning in to 2019 National Toyota Challenge Trophy competition, bronze medal contest. Again, it's Nova Scotia United DFC representing Dartmouth, playing Alberta represented by Edmonton Scottish Soccer Club. Ball has been taken by Nova Scotia. Jensen Brown. Brown to Mazut, Mert, and again it's Mert in control as Nova Scotia just taking their time. Nova Scotia in the lime color green and Edmonton Scottish in the dark bluish. As we have the ball go over the goal line and a goal kick coming up for Alberta. Again, it's Alberta wearing blue, white shorts and red socks. Alberta, again, starting with their defense as we have Josh Samuel looking to go long, and it's taken by Cadet Warnell for Nova Scotia. Back to center field for Alberta as we have James Kerr making move, putting to McCormick, and again been blocked by Nova Scotia. Silva moving the ball for Alberta as we have Alberta's number 11, Bubs Gusick, moving in, but it's a nice move by goalkeeper Jensen Brown for Nova Scotia, taking away any offensive opportunity for Alberta. Again, it's Alberta ball in midfield in Nova Scotia territory as we have Moya for Alberta maintaining possession. Back to his center back here, Helelich, where again is James Kerr trying to work the left side for Alberta. Alberta trying to make some move here in the second half as Sam Lamb pushing the ball along to Josh. And again, it's Nova Scotia with a nice defensive play coming up by Camera Zinn. Zinn running the ball for Nova Scotia. He's upended. And a foul call on Alberta, and a yellow card goes to Alberta as well. Again, you're tuning into 2019 National Challenge Trophy competition coming to you live from St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador, where we have Nova Scotia leading Alberta by a score of 1-0. And the winner of this contest will claim national bronze. Gold medal game coming up at 12 o'clock noon between British Columbia and Ontario. Both teams have been undefeated here at the Nationals in their respective division. Goal scorer again in the first half for Nova Scotia was Andrew Series, and Andrew got injured on the play as well. Number 10 for Nova Scotia, Derek Cadet, looking to go long, and long it goes, but it's again Alberta ball. Alberta's number 6 here. We have Josh Samuel looking to go long, but it's intercepted by Nova Scotia, as we have number 9 here for Alberta, Helenich, but again it's Nova Scotia defending superbly as we have Derek Cadet working with Zinn, but the ball again stolen by Alberta as Alberta moved in, and an attempt from 30 yards by Alberta's Bubs Gazik just goes wide off the Nova Scotia goal, and we have a goal kick coming up for Nova Scotia. Jensen Brown in goal for Nova Scotia with the ball on the 6-yard box, trying to get his players lined up where he's attempting to put the ball right to center field. And again, it's intercepted by Alberta. Good defensive play by Nova Scotia as we had Mert. Nice run here by Alberta's defense as we have speedster Colin Thompson running so ever well for Nova Scotia. Good speed display by Thompson, but a good defensive play by Alberta. Again, it's Alberta This time it's McLaughlin, and again it's close quarters by both teams in midfield as they do not want their opponent to take control of the midfield. Most of your creativity as well for your offense is just generally generated in midfield. As again we have Alberta on a late attack. Number 7 for Alberta, Sam Lamb, being warned by the official. He didn't hand out a yellow card, but there was some talking from the official as the ball attempts to go to Matt Letter, but it goes right into the arms of goalkeeper Mackenzie Roach for Alberta. Alberta again, Oscar Marshall, taking it for the Edmonton Scottish, where it's back to number 5 for Nova Scotia. And we have Alberta's number 4, McCormick. Corbick plays his line right to the line. Something that I kind of sense that teams have gotten away from players playing wide. Cormac, specialist for playing out wide, so it gives a team opportunity to try to break down defense by using the width of the field. Again, it's Alberta ball. It's Alberta pushing it back to Moya. Moya looking for movement. Okay, number 10, Sebastian Cabrera into the contest. I've been much impressed with him in the games that I saw him. Number 10 for Alberta. Keep an eye on him. Zim again moving in with control. Well, Alberta again is stealing the ball at center field where we have Gill. Gary Gill. Again, it's Nova Scotia defending as we have Moya. Moya moving inside the 18-yard box, where it's a nice defensive play by Zach Budd for Nova Scotia, but it was a foul on the play by Alberta. Alberta does a lot of challenging the officials, but always the official wins in the end. Again, the ball's been taken by Nova Scotia, where it's headed on by Adam Miller, where it goes long, and again it's taken by Alberta. Alberta, Josh Samuel. Ball goes out again to Zad Moyo. Nice touch on the ball for Alberta here again, as it's Helenich. Again, it's Helenich. Short passes. A lot of touches on the ball. Well, I'm not quite so sure. It seemed to be a foul, but anyway, the referee lets the play go on. Ball goes outside to, again, it's Alberta. Moyo. This time, Moyo with a good tackle. As we have inside, we have number 10, as I expected, Sebastian Cabrera, striking the ball right inside of the 18-yard line, and it was just wide off the Nova Scotia goal. Nova Scotia goalkeeper Jensen Brown placing the ball on the 6-yard box. Alberta looking for that equalizer here. Alberta making substitutions as we have a new player Number 17 coming into the contest, Frank Wong. Alberta having good ball possession here in the second half. 1-0 for Nova Scotia. Goal coming midway in the first half. Goal scorer, Andrew Series. Again, it's Nova Scotia. Gary Gill, and the ball goes long, but goes out of touch. Nova Scotia very defensive here in the second half, as we have a lot of possession and control by Alberta. But Alberta just can't seem to get past, as I see 7 players lining up practically right across the field as the ball moves. So does this defense of Nova Scotia as Alberta tries to formulate. Sam Lamb. Again, it's Alberta going right back to their keeper, Mackenzie Roach. Nova Scotia allowing Alberta to have possession, but not wanting them to have any offensive opportunities. This time here we have Nova Scotia on the attack, where it's cleared by Gary Gill for Alberta. Again, the ball is in center field, where a nice defensive play by Gill here for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia again, Gary Gill, and it's intercepted here by number 8, Matt Larter. Again, we have Alberta on the inside, where it's Alberta Frank Wong attempting to get himself involved. Wong just coming into action, and the ball is stopped by Nova Scotia, and it's an Alberta ball again. No, it's a Nova Scotia ball. Okay, ball has been taken by goalkeeper Mackenzie Roach. Roach with a nice touch on the ball, but is intercepted by Alberta. Good recovery by Cameron Zinn for Nova Scotia, as Nova Scotia's speedster, Colin Thompson. Good speed Thompson brings to this Nova Scotia team. Again, you're tuning into 2019 National Challenge Trophy competition. Come to you live from the King George V Field here in St. John's, where Nova Scotia, represented by United DFC, playing out of Dartmouth, are leading. Edmonton, Alberta, been represented by Scottish Soccer Club, playing from Edmonton, Alberta. Nice ball by 12. Adam Miller for Nova Scotia, as we again Miller stepping in to protect his player. Miller a little aggressive on the play. Miller goes to the ground, and we have the official stepping in here. Zinn was involved in the play here. Referee is going to have to take control here. Here as we approach the 64-minute mark, again, it's Nova Scotia in the lead. A lot of okay, as we see 2 yellow cards being handed out, rightfully so, by the official. So far in this tournament, I haven't seen anything. I've seen a lot of good physical play by teams, but nothing over the edge. In the games I saw, it was only 1 red card that I saw been issued. Other than that, it was a yellow card here and there. But again, we have Alberta moving the ball nicely here as we have Sam Lamb again. Lamb looking to go long. And it's Nova Scotia clearing the ball. Nice ball by Cameron Zinn. And again, intercepted. A lot of turnovers you get in midfield when you get close contact. And the marking is superb at this high level. And it's Alberta's Zad Moyo. Moyo pushing the ball to Josh Samuel. Samuel to Sam Lamb. Lamb again to Zad Moyo. Moyo very prominent in the contest. Moyo again looking to go long, but intercepted by Nova Scotia's Colum Thompson. Again, it's Josh Samuel switching the ball, trying to create on the left side of the field for Alberta, as we have Michael McCormick working the left side again. Michael stands the line very strongly, left side of the field, and the ball is pushed to number 10, Sebastian Cabrera, where Alberta attempting. Nice ball by goalkeeper Jensen Brown as he reached over a striker for Alberta, tapping the ball at a bound, where is a throw-in coming for Alberta. Again, we have the ball been fought tenaciously by Alberta, and the ball goes over the goal line with a corner kick coming up for Alberta. Number 10 for Alberta, Sebastian Carrera, looking to put the corner. Number 7 for Alberta, Sam Lamb, goes long right through the 18-yard box, where it's grabbed by Michael Zach Budd. Again, Nova Scotia throws it long, where it's taken by Alberta's defensive players. Moya again playing it back to his goalkeeper for Alberta, Mackenzie Roach. Where's a nice touch on the ball by James Kerr. We have McCormick looking to go long. Alberta moving in, where we have number 17, Frank Wong. And Nova Scotia again, so ever strong defense. Tackle in on the 40-yard line, where a foul is called, and we have an Alberta ball coming up for a free kick. Again, you're tuning in to National 2019 Toyota Challenge Trophy competition, coming to you live from the King George V Field here in St. John's, where we have Nova Scotia represented by United DFC playing out at Dartmouth with a 1-0 lead over Alberta Edmonton Scottish Soccer Club. Again, it's Edmonton looking to go long. It's Frank Wong. Wong attempting to get into the 18-yard box, where again it's cleared by Nova Scotia. 7 for Nova Scotia, Oscar Marshall, and a foul on the play against Alberta. Alberta getting definitely the vast number of calls for over-aggression, as we have Nova Scotia lining up in their quarters. Here we have an attack by Nova Scotia, out to number 5 here, Gill, and a nice shot on goal, as we have, it was Colin Thompson shooting on goalkeeper Mackenzie Roach. Roach stood tall, just the one goal in this contest, coming midway in the first half, scored by Andrew Series for that would be for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, as we approach 70-minute mark, again, their second half strategy was play defense and look for a counterattack, while Alberta would be looking for that one goal to tie the contest. Again, the winner of this contest will win national bronze. And at 12 o'clock, noon here in Newfoundland, it will be British Columbia and Ontario playing off for national gold in this Senior Men's Challenge Trophy Toyota competition, coming live to you again from King George to Fifth Field in St. John's. Again, it's a nice ball by Nova Scotia's Cavell Warnell. And we have a Nova Scotia player on the field as we have Nova Scotia on the attack. Nova Scotia player on the field. The play was on the offense. When a player went on the field, I never got to see what occurred, if anything occurred. But we do know we have a Nova Scotia player on the field. Out for Alberta. Dexter McLaughlin is on the bench. As we have Nova Scotia player still on the field. Alberta keeps continuously changing up. I'm sure trying to get some fresh players into the contest. Number 7 for Nova Scotia, Oscar Marshall. Limping to the bench, been escorted by one of his player from the team. Alberta, again, newcomer coming into the field. Get a number on him once he turns his jersey my way here. Again, you're tuning into 2019 Toyota National Challenge Trophy competition. Oh, wow, if you have a yellow card on the play, definitely a yellow card on the play to Alberta Sebastian Cabrera, as Nova Scotia were attempting for a break. Nova Scotia do have some quality good speedsters up front. Derek Cadet definitely brings good speed to forward line for Nova Scotia, and so does Colin Thompson. I like the speed, the quickness that those two players bring to this Nova Scotia United DFC club, playing again at a third. But 1-0 for Nova Scotia here as we approach the 73-minute mark. Free kick coming up for Nova Scotia, Derek Cadet. Cadet lets the ball go, and it's off a defender. And a corner kick coming up for Nova Scotia. Number of fans here cheering along their Dartmouth team, sitting Jensen stationed right in front of the broadcast booth here at the King George V ballpark here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Fog has cleared up a little here at the King George. Rain has stopped, but temperature conditions not so great. Here we have a foul called against Nova Scotia inside of the 18-yard box, and we have a free kick coming up for Alberta. Alberta goalkeeper Mackenzie Roach taking the ball Inside of the 18, again, we have Alberta. More substitutions. Helenich out of the contest. Coming into the contest, we have number 13 into the contest, Kristen Kosman. Kosman is into the contest here as we approach the 75-minute mark. Again, it's Josh Samuel. Samuel to James Kerr. Kerr looking to go long, and again the speeds are for Nova Scotia. Gary Gill challenges every opponent from this Alberta team. One thing with soccer, you cannot replace quickness or speed. Something that's not coachable. It's mostly God-given talent. Again, it's Nova Scotia defending well here as they hold on to this 1-0 score. 1-0 lead. Again, it's Zad Moyle looking for to go long. And a nice defensive play where we have, again, is Somit Mallick for Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia, in a lot of times, just booting the ball long where it's retrieved by Alberta. And Alberta takes the ball back to the center line, looking to go to Adam Parker, who has come into the game for Alberta as well. So again, Alberta pretty well using all their players in this contest as they try to get that ever important tying goal here. Again, the ball goes long as Alberta tries to go to the left side, but it's just ridden out of play as we have a Nova Scotia goal kick coming up. Again, nice ball by Nova Scotia, where we have Mallick looking to go long, and again, followed by Alberta. Alberta constantly having a high level of physicality and getting called for sometimes just taking their level of physical play outside the confines of the rules of the game. Again, it's number 10 for Nova Scotia, and Derek Cadet playing good, strong game. Ball passed along to Zach Budd. Budd to Mallick. Mallick to Cavell Warnell. Nice ball movement by Nova Scotia as we have Warnell looking to go long, and it goes right to the arms of goalkeeper Mackenzie. Roach. Roach passed along to his defensive partner, Michael McCormick. McCormick looking to go long, and again, the defense of Nova Scotia so ever strong, prevalent in this second half as they try to maintain this 1-0 lead. Nice ball by Nova Scotia as Nova Scotia moving in, and a good defensive play by Alberta. Again, it's Derek Cadet challenging Alberta, and we have a throw in deep in Alberta territory for Nova Scotia. Ball's been handed off to number 13 for Nova Scotia, Matthew Berrigan. Berrigan looking for his player, try to get some movement as we have number 8 moving in on the play, Matt Larter. But again, it's Alberta defense coming through. Here we have 17 is Frank Wong. Wong to Sebastian Cabrera. Pushing it along to Kristen Kosman. Good ball movement by Alberta here as we approach the 80-minute mark. But it's Nova Scotia again playing all defense here in the second half and looking for that opportunity to basically seal the deal if they got a second goal. Again, it's Alberta's Josh Samuel outside to Michael McCormick. McCormick being challenged by Thompson, and it goes out of touch with a throw-in coming for Alberta. Alberta's Michael McCormick back to number 10, where we have Sebastian Cabrera shooting from 24 yards, but it's nowhere near the Nova Scotia goal. 1-0 for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia holding on to that one-goal lead. Goal coming in the first half, midway through the first half, been scored by Andrews Series. Another player coming in for Alberta. Substitutions. You're permitted 5 throughout the actual playing time. As again, we have a nice defensive play by Mackenzie Roach in goal for Alberta, coming way outside of the 18-yard box. Here we have speedster Cabrera putting the ball, attempting to go to Josh Samuel, where it's taken by James Carr. Ball passed along to Gary Gill. Again, it's intercepted by Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia's Derek Cadet. Nice ball by Cadet to Colin Thompson. Cadet along to Somit Mallick, where we have Nova Scotia moving in deep in Alberta territory, pushing it back to defensive partner Camera Zinn. Zinn coming along to Matt Larter, and again as it put in the side of the Alberta 18-yard box and is defended well. Nice ball by Alberta going long, attempting to get past the Nova Scotia defense, but it's a foul on Nova Scotia, and we have a free kick coming up for Alberta just outside the 18-yard box. Here at the 82 minutes. Again, you're tuning in to National 2019 Toyota Challenge Trophy competition. Winner of today's contest between Nova Scotia United DFC representing Dartmouth and Edmonton Scottish Soccer Club representing Alberta. 1-0 for Nova Scotia. Ball's been put in by Alberta, but again, it's blocked by Nova Scotia defense. We have foul called against Nova Scotia. Ball's been thrown in, back into play by Alberta as Alberta looks to get inside as we have 19 for Kerr. And we have an offside on the play called by the official. 83 minutes have gone by here. 1-0, Nova Scotia holding on to that first half lead. And putting in a very strong defensive match here as Alberta constantly change up, using all their substitutions. Number 5 for Nova Scotia here, Colin Thompson. Throwing the ball to Alberta, where Alberta again are looking to go long as they cannot break the defensive unit that this Nova Scotia team has set up. Foul on Nova Scotia as we have a free kick by Alberta. Alberta moving 9 players, 8 players right inside of all Nova Scotia players back as Alberta attempts to go inside of the 18-yard line. And again, it's a nice clear by Thompson for Nova Scotia. Again, Thompson and his partner, Derek Cadet, running rather well throughout this contest. As we have a Nova Scotia player again on the field. This is the 5th game all the teams have played in 6 days. It definitely takes its toll on the body. One would require superb fitness. Number 13 again for Nova Scotia, Matthew Berrigan, another Nova Scotia player, as we've seen throughout this contest, players going to the bench. There's a lot to do with the, I'm sure, the amount of soccer that one has played during this Labor Day weekend tournament. Again, I want to wish everyone tuning in a happy Thanksgiving Day. Ball's been taken by Alberta, where we have Mert defending, as we have Josh Samuel, and again it's offside here by Alberta. 85 minutes of action have gone by, where we have Nova Scotia holding on to this 1-goal lead. Jensen Brown taking the kick here for Nova Scotia, looking to go right down through center town, and we have Alberta standing tall. Number 19, James Kerr, on the back line for Alberta. Ball goes out of touch on the left side, where we have a throw-in coming for Alberta, where we have Gary Gill moving in. Gill back to Kerr. Ball is passed back to Kerr again. As we have a foul on Nova Scotia coming from near 30-yard line. Again, we have number 10, Sebastian Cabrera. Let's see, a couple players lining up. Cabrera, let's see what happens. No, his player there kicks the ball where it goes deep inside, and it's just wide off the Nova Scotia goal. And another Nova Scotia player on the ground. Looks like to be a corner kick coming up again for Alberta. A lot of players really showing the effects of this tournament, week-long tournament. Not quite so sure who the Nova Scotia player is. We can't get a look at his number. Player is back up. Play is about to resume as we have a corner kick coming up for Alberta. Alberta with the corner, and it's cleared by Nova Scotia defense. It's Mackenzie Roach on the attack, and he's the goalkeeper, as we have Alberta attempting to get a shot on goal, and it just goes wide up the Nova Scotia goal. Nova Scotia defending, as we have Alberta here in the late stages of this match here. Alberta doing everything within their power to try to get this match tied up. Again, the winner of this contest will win national bronze. Again, we have Alberta putting the ball in long, where it's goalkeeper Jensen Brown again, as he was being challenged by Frank Wong from Alberta. Again, it's a foul on the play as we have a free kick coming up for Nova Scotia. We're in the last minute of regulation time, 89 and change showing on the time clock, 1-0 showing on the score clock. As the intensity mounts here, pressure mounts definitely for Alberta. Good defensive play by Nova Scotia's Zach Bud. And again, it's Alberta. Alberta ball as Alberta continues to try to press. Adam Parker. Again, it's Alberta putting the ball deep in, and a nice play by Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia just one man high. We have 5 minutes of extra time or referee's time showing on the fourth official. 5 minutes, quite amount of time, as we have a good defensive play by Nova Scotia's Colin Thompson as Alberta continue to pressure here as the time is showing 90 minutes on the time clock. And the ball again is right through the 18 6-yard box, and it's Jensen Brown in goal. Alberta again, and it's Cameron Zinn this time going long as we have Mackenzie Roach, keeper for Alberta, basically playing last man high, very high, 40 yards. Here we have a ball's been taken by Mallick. Mallick to the left side for Nova Scotia, trying to maintain possession, killing the clock as we have 3 players moving in from Alberta. Here we have number 5, Thompson, and we have Thompson pushing the ball back to number 10 for Derek Cadet for Nova Scotia, as Nova Scotia looking to seal the deal here as Alberta presses. Foul called on Alberta again just outside of the 18-yard box where it appears to be Colin Thompson is down. He has played a very strong game, Colin Thompson, for this Nova Scotia United DFC club representing Dartmouth. 1-0 here as we are on referee's time. 5 minutes of referee's time. Free kick coming up for Nova Scotia at nearly the top of the 18-yard box. Alberta setting up a 5-man unit for a wall. One to the outside. Okay, a 6-man coming in for Alberta as we have Derek Cadet. Derek Cadet here looking to go around the wall. And it's a goal by Derek Cadet here at the 90-plus minutes as we are on referee's time. Beautiful free kick taken by Derek Cadet for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia now in the lead by a score of 2-0. Beautiful, beautiful direct free shot coming off the boot of Derek Cadet over the 6-man wall into a wide open net, leaving Mackenzie Roach with very little opportunity for a save. 2-0 for Nova Scotia now as we are in referee's time. Beautiful goal coming on a direct free kick just outside the 18-yard box. 2-0 Nova Scotia. Alberta again attacking as we have Cameron Zinn playing an ever so strong contest as we have Alberta attempting to try to get on the score sheet as James Kerr as he went to head the ball wide. And again, it's a collision between Frank Wong as we have a goal kick coming up for Nova Scotia. Not quite so sure if the officials give him the goalie a yellow card. Anyway, the ball's been put back into action by Nova Scotia's Jensen Brown, who has stood so ever strong and definitely has earned this 0 goals should this hold up for a shutout. Again, the ball's been taken by Nova Scotia as Nova Scotia attempts to clear the ball along. It goes out of touch again as we have Alberta trying to get himself on the score sheet here, but it could be a little too late here right now. We are on referee's time. 2-0 for Nova Scotia as Nova Scotia cleared the ball. Another Nova Scotia player. Cameron's in. Nova Scotia played the defensive side of soccer in the second half with an A performance. Alberta, who definitely has a quality soccer team. And it's the 3 whistles, and we have Nova Scotia represented by United DFC playing out of Dartmouth, claiming the 2019 National Toyota bronze medal here. Again, I'll give a quick wrap up. It is the contest for national bronze being played by Alberta and Nova Scotia. In the first half, it was Nova Scotia scoring midway through the first half. Goal scorer was Philip Series. The game, the first half ended in a 1-0 score for Nova Scotia. When play resumed in the second half, it was Alberta on the attack, and it was Nova Scotia playing defense, looking for that opportunity to put the match sort of at a reach with a second goal. Nova Scotia played defense superbly in the second half, and it was on referee's time that it was a second goal scored by Derek Cadet. Absolutely beautiful goal coming on referee's time, giving Nova Scotia a 2-0 lead, which held for the remainder of the 5 minutes of referee's time. Final score here from King George to Fifth Field in the 2019 National Challenge Trophy competition. Nova Scotia winning the bronze medal by a 2-0 score over Alberta, being represented by Edmonton Scottish. We will be back at noon for the gold medal contest. The gold medal contest, which will be played between British Columbia and Ontario. For Gord Dunphy, stay tuned and enjoy your Thanksgiving Day from this live telecast here from St. John's in Newfoundland and Labrador.